Hey guys, here we are at the end of the year, and usually I would do an unpopular K-pop opinions video. However, this time around, I honestly didn't feel like doing one. So instead, I just want to talk about this year's releases instead. And now looking back, I should have done this about 6 months ago, but oh well. Just to get the disclaimer out of the way, I know this isn't all the songs that were released this year. I randomly picked out a handful of releases, and by handful, I mean 111 releases out of the 300 plus I started out with. And there's no need to get mad over one's opinion of a song. It's not that deep, I promise. The ranks we have are untouchable / masterpiece, a moment / it's a bop, it's cute / okay, meh, and wouldn't be missed. And with that out of the way, let's get into it.
Salute.
Starting things off with AB6IX's Salute. I'm gonna have to rank this as it's a moment. Here's the thing, it's still a good song. It's definitely one of their title tracks from this year that really stuck out to me, especially since we got rapper Davey. Like, excuse me? I had to rewind the song at the time because I was like, no, you have to be lying to me right now. Look, I know it wasn't an amazing rap verse, but still, I'm 100% here for it. And also, the mini album itself was pretty solid. Honestly, I feel like we don't talk about the fact that AB6IX so far has a pretty solid discography. So yeah, gonna rank this as a moment, definitely. I need to get out of the way so I can have some peace. I've talked about Jessie on my channel before, and I want to say again, I don't hate Jessie, nor do I really dislike her. I do hope that one day she can understand the criticisms towards her referring to the use of black culture and profiting off black culture and not see it as hate, but that's a topic for another video. That being said, this is by far one of the most overhyped songs of the year. It feels like a track that was produced solely to go viral, and once again, yes, the use of black culture. Again, I'm not gonna get into it. Honestly, she really didn't need this track. It's kind of like a throwaway track, and this is just my opinion, but I don't mind when an artist sticks to one particular sound. However, knowing she is capable of incorporating other sounds, it would be nice if she started doing that again. Let me put it this way, her latest song releases have been very predictable, so yeah, this would definitely rank as wouldn't be missed. Now let's get into ATEEZ's Goblin, or Favorite Boys. Wow. Could do no wrong. ATEEZ has yet to have a bad title track, and I would gladly die on that hill. First of all, the teaser photos for the song are like, I really still can't get over those photos. They were absolutely gorgeous. The visuals in this music video, they were sick. For that, hands down one of the most underrated releases of the year. Like, every time I listen to the song, I honestly get so hyped. Like, it has a rock and hip-hop influence, a dynamic, impactful delivery, and another song that really showcases what they are capable of. It does just enough without overdoing anything, so definitely ranks as a masterpiece. When more people find out about ATEEZ is when we can achieve peace. So next we have Black Mamba by aespa. Don't hate me, but first of all, SM will never see the pearly gates for this concept idea, and the amount of plagiarism accusations that happened even before the debut, yikes. Anyways, to be honest, this is one of the most underwhelming SM debuts I've seen yet. Like, I was actually surprised that this came out of SM despite having the classic SM sound. It's definitely a very safe song. It's strong and charismatic with a booming bass line. The choreography, however, did pique my interest a little bit, as well as parts of the chorus. For me, it just falls a bit short. Like, if I had never heard this song, I probably wouldn't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I am looking forward to see what they follow up with this debut release though, but definitely ranks as a wouldn't be missed. Next we have Hwasa's Maria. This is kind of interesting because I mentioned on this channel before that I used to stan Mamamoo and haven't been standing them since the blackface incident. Two things before you write your paragraph. One, I am black, and two, I know they apologized. I don't hate them or have anything against them. I'm just not comfortable standing them again. That being said, it was hard to avoid this song because it was everywhere and literally got stuck in my head for days. Although it's not in my playlist and Hwasa was my former bias, I have some appreciation for this song. The chorus is very addicting and the lyrics make me appreciate the song even more, and that it has a very vulnerable feel along with some of the symbolism that can be interpreted in different ways within the music video. It does, however, fall a bit flat to me and doesn't give a clear direction in where the song is going up until the pre-chorus. And the Latin influenced dance break was a nice touch in terms of bringing up the energy for the song and then it going back to that mellow feel in the chorus. You know that feeling when you're sad but still listening to upbeat music and still being able to vibe with it? That's how the song feels to me. So I'll rank this in it's okay. Speaking of Mamamoo, let's talk about Dinga. I would rank Dinga in Wouldn't Be Missed. Hear me out. The song itself isn't bad per se, and I know it was a pre-release single, but that being said, it was a very safe track for Mamamoo. I feel like for Mamamoo, a lot of their songs are the type of songs you can only see them coming out with or performing, but this song felt like any girl group could have come out with it, and it just wasn't anything unique to them. They also really didn't need this song, so yeah, this would rank as a Wouldn't Be Missed. Now on to B2B For You, Show Your Love. First of all, finding out that Hyunsuk wrote the song before he enlisted was equally devastating and warmed my heart at the same time. The song is really refreshing and enjoyable to listen to, and it's a bit of a change up from B2B's usual songs that mainly focus on vocals, but at the same time, the song feels very B2B, and it was nice to see Peniel get his little moment to shine. The song just feels very welcoming and just nice to listen to, so I would put this in It's Okay because it's not in your face, but it's still a really nice song. Moving on to A.Pink. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the song because I'm tired of embarrassing myself on this channel, but anyways, one of the best songs that came out this year, hands down. The way this song was robbed will never sit right with me. This song came out in April and I've been listening to it ever since it came out. This song for me has never gotten old, or I've never gotten tired of this song. The beat feels timeless and it's the type of song that I feel like would age pretty well. The way this song continues to scream A.Pink with mature factor, I love this song so much. I will definitely rank this as a masterpiece. Speaking of a masterpiece, I'm just gonna put No Mercy by CSVC right here. So CSVC is a 4-member project girl group, and when I say take me back to the 90s and early 2000s, this is what I mean. In fact, this wasn't a 90s/early 2000s concept. It looked like it straight up came from that era. They embodied this with the visuals to the beat. This was just everything. If you have not heard this song, please do yourself a favor and go listen to it. It's so good. Now let's move on to CLC's Helicopter, Cube, When I Catch You. Anyways, Helicopter is definitely one of those songs that is trying to show off CLC's edgier side. Yeon starting off the song was like getting punched in the throat, but a punch I'll gladly accept. It definitely was one of the more dynamic tracks that's meant to be powerful and showcase the group along with an in-your-face music video. Choreography was just chef's kiss. Seungki's vocals, wow, she ate that shit up. And it really just complements them so well. CLC to me is really one of the most underestimated groups currently out there, and it's really a shame that they're under Cube because that company since debut has been holding them back. This song is cute. I would have liked to see it arranged differently, but again, not a bad song.
They want what we got. It's the way they will make me.
Moving on to SuperM, the way SuperM gave us a near perfect album, I will gladly die on the hill that this is one of the best album releases of the year, but I'm going to mention just 3 tracks starting with 100. Easily Wouldn't Be Missed. What secures my peace is going about my life pretending that the song doesn't exist. Usually I love tacky tracks, but this is the one tacky track that I can't even get behind myself. The only things I will give this song is for giving us 𝙄𝙬𝙚𝙀 𝙁𝙬𝙚𝙀, and that's about it. Next, Tiger Inside, definitely a moment. Tiger Inside really felt like an NCT meets EXO moment. It had the experimental aspect of NCT with the consistent factor of EXO, and it really works well for them. The production definitely followed more the current trends going on as of right now. Some of the highlights of the song definitely were Taeyong's verse and the bridge among Taemin and Baekhyun. I think that really brought the song home. I really do like how in your face the choreography is, and it's definitely another highlight of the song. And last but not least, One or Monster and Infinity, definitely a moment. One was a nice mesh of Monster and Infinity. It gave me reminiscence of SHINee's Clue and Note of how they combined 2 songs into one, which again is pretty rare. That being said, I feel like One could have been cleaned up a little bit. It does feel slightly disjointed, but it's still a pretty good song. It's wild to me how much of a disdain this project has gotten since its formation, even though the group so far has a pretty solid discography, but that's besides the point. So moving on. Now let's talk about BLACKPINK. Again, I'm going to talk about the songs that were accompanied with music videos, starting with Ice Cream. Definitely a meh. The only thing that's keeping the song from going in Wouldn't Be Missed is Lisa's verses. They're not her strongest, but they were the highlight of the song. I actually like the idea of Selena Gomez and BLACKPINK on a track together because I do think it works, but it sounded more of like a Selena Gomez featuring BLACKPINK. The song does what it needs to do, and that is be a nice, short, sweet, fun summer track, but that's about it. What makes the song so stagnant is the instrumental. The instrumental is flat and lacks substance, so it ranks as a meh for me. How You Like That was a good song, but it does get the feel of a 𝙏𝙬𝙚𝙚𝙧 and or Kill This Love 2.0. It follows a very similar formula to each other, but How You Like That seems like a more refined version, if that makes sense. That being said, I feel like there was a lot of wasted potential with the song. It does what it needs to do as a strong confidence booster, but I wish that they would have incorporated the concept of teasers instead of having sound effect lyrics, maybe include another rap verse but from Jennie following the bridge. That would have brought the song together in my opinion. Some of my favorite scenes from the music video definitely were Jisoo's, and I think the choreography is definitely one of their better ones. It's not their worst song, but it's not their best, so I'll rank it as it's cute. For a while, even till now, I considered Playing With Fire one of BLACKPINK's best songs and eras. However, this song comes very close, if not at the same level, with Playing With Fire. Lovesick Girls is one of their best comebacks to date. It steps back from their usual hip-hop flair in favor of a dance pop track. The verses are some of the most enjoyable ones for their discography and shows off both their rapping and vocal skills. Lisa and Jennie's rap verses along with the bridge were two of the highlights of the song, and it was nice to see them outside and not in a fully built set. And actor Rose, we love to see it. No, but for real, Rose's scenes were probably my favorite scenes in the music video. This was a good, catchy song, and it felt like we had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Even though it was a bit repetitive, I didn't really mind it too much this time around. I will say, however, the choreography could have been better, but this definitely ranks as a moment. I've been a fan of 𝕊𝕬𝙔𝙀𝙗 since debut and never came across the thought of Wooseok being a soloist or thinking he needed one, and I'm not saying this as an insult in any way, shape, or form. I just never imagined him as one, so him debuting as a soloist was definitely questionable to me until Red Moon came out, and honestly, he can hold his own and is capable of carrying a song. I really appreciate the theatrical approach and the slow build as the song progresses along with a sensual vibe in the music video. The song really suits him but fails to define him as a soloist, and I would like to see what he follows up with this, so I think that this was definitely a moment. I really do love this song though. I've literally had it on repeat ever since it came out and probably have been overplaying it at this point, but anyways. On to his original group 𝕊𝕬𝙔𝙀𝙗 and their song Light. It's honestly an okay track, not their strongest nor their strongest music video. I still personally enjoy the song, but it falls on the lines of okay. It doesn't wow me like their previous track, but it's still a nice listen. What's unfortunate is that it does not offer anything new for 𝕊𝕬𝙔𝙀𝙗 and definitely plays it safe, which sucks because 𝕊𝕬𝙔𝙀𝙗 has so much potential and are capable of so much more, but like Teen Top media has been given the bare minimal that's basically passable at this point. Next we have 𝙄𝙧𝙧𝙚𝙧 by Super Junior. I might get dragged for this, but I have a soft spot for Super Junior. They were the first group I ever listened to and stanned back in 2009-2010, but that being said, they didn't need this song. It felt like a throwaway track that they decided to promote, so I'm just gonna put this in meh. This song feels like a song that a rookie group that's still trying to find their sound would come out with. I think what's keeping me from putting it in Wouldn't Be Missed is that it's not entirely a bad song. It's still pretty catchy, it's just not one of their best. Next we have Yaya or Me Time by Yubin. Definitely gonna put this in It's Cute. It's a nice feel good song, not in your face, a different feel from her previous tracks under JYP. Although I was hoping that we would have a follow-up to Thank You So Much or Lady. It's nice seeing a fun side of her. It's weird and unique in the best way. It's not memorable, but overall a fun song. From one ex-Wonder Girl member, we move on to another. Boas Better easily was one of the best songs released this year. Sunmi is probably also one of the most consistent soloists thus far and manages to one-up herself with each release. And like APink, the way this song was robbed doesn't sit right with me. From the aesthetic of the music video to the retro pop sound and the 80s influences done well, it wraps itself together nicely. There isn't a point in the song where it falls flat. Definitely one of the highlights of the year. So I'm gonna rank this as a masterpiece. And with that, we move into the speed round. Because I'm an idiot that decided to tier rank 111 songs at once, I'm going to do a speed round to quicken up the process. First up, we have B1A4's Like a Movie, the comeback I was looking so forward to and definitely didn't disappoint. A nicely crafted love song, and despite returning as a trio, it still gives that B1A4 sound on an album with no skips. This ranks as It's Cute. It's a nice song, but not the strongest on the album. Next up, we have Brave Girls Be Ride. Definitely ranks as It's Cute. It's a very subdued bop that embraces city pop vibes. It's nice and refreshing, so this ranks as It's Cute. Also, Brave is still trash for what they've done to this group. Up next, we have Bandit's Jungle. It hurts to do this, but I'm going to rank the song in meh. I think this is their weakest song to date. There wasn't a melody that helped the song stick. It just felt empty. The dance break into the final chorus is what stuck out the most in the song. The girls also look stunning, but that's about it. Next, we have In Fact's Lie. I'll put this in a moment. The song really brought out their vocals in the best way possible. The way J-Up's voice was utilized in the song was just perfectly done. The song felt so balanced and was refreshing to listen to after what's been coming out this year, so I'll definitely put it there. Next, we have K&K's Ride. Would rank it as It's Okay. Not their strongest song, still not a bad song. The vocals and melodies that were added to the song helped bring it to life and saved it from being too generic. What You Waiting For definitely ranks as It's Cute for me. I might get flack for this, but it's better than Birthday, but not better than Out of My Head. It suits her and it's a good song, but it doesn't stand out. And whoever did the choreography for the song did her dirty, and please don't bring them back. Next, we have ONEWE's End of Spring. I can listen to Younghoon's voice for days. His voice is what makes the song. It's a nice mix of a band sound with a club beat, and it actually sounds pleasant, so I'll put this in It's Cute. Also, please stop sleeping on them. Thanks. Following that, we have From Miss Nine's Feel Good or Secret Code. We love a good funky guitar riff. It's a fun song but feels very subtle, so I'm gonna put this in It's Cute. So now we have Say's Player from her Philosophy EP. Player is definitely a song that brings her vocals to the forefront, and the build up with an instrumental just adds a nice touch. Along with the music video, yes, Space Queen, she looks stunning. Her EP is also really good, and I highly recommend it. Gonna put this in a moment. Now we have Die by iKON, a straight to the point dance track that's pleasant to listen to. The vocals definitely carry the song. I'm gonna put this in It's Okay, because although I like the song, in a few areas it did feel a bit underwhelming. Next, Day 6's Zombie. One thing I enjoy about the song is that it's not a song that's supposed to bring you comfort in the way that it tells you everything's okay, but it's meant to say, hey, I know how you feel, and it can bring comfort in that sort of way. It's a well-written song and it hits close to home. However, it's not a song I go back to often, so I'm gonna put this in It's Cute. Next, we have Baekhyun's Candy. I remember someone on Twitter saying that the song sounded like what Yummy was trying to be, and now I wish I didn't have that thought in my head. But anyways, it pains me to do this, but I'm gonna put this in It's Okay. It's a song that does what it needs to do, and that's about it. Next, we have Jasmine by JBJ95, another underrated track. It brings the feeling of nostalgia similar to their previous tracks. It's a nice refined disco track, so I'm gonna put this in a moment. Next, we have Winter's Hold. This pains me to put it here, but I'm gonna put it in meh. I enjoyed the music video more than I did the song. The song itself wasn't as memorable as their previous tracks. Moving on to Given Taken by ENHYPEN, a group that originally didn't interest me that has now grabbed my attention. The song is well produced and I think it's a good start for the group, so I'm gonna put it in a moment. Next, we have DPRE and So Beautiful. Easily a masterpiece, an eerie melodic song that instantly grabbed my attention with its intricate music video. Seeing how far he's come from his C-Clown days warms my heart, so I'm just gonna put that there. Next, we have Dessert by the dancing queen herself. I'll put this in It's Cute. It's better than what I expected it to be, but it's not a song I actively go back and listen to, although it's still really catchy, so I'll just put it there. Following our dancing queen, we have our summer queen with Hyolin's Say My Name, the perfect summer song that is easily to vibe to, easily one of my favorite releases this year. She can do no wrong. It's a pretty good song, not her strongest, so I'm gonna put it in It's Cute. Next, we have Alien. With the resurgence of the retro trend, Alien was a more refreshing take on it that sounds a lot more refined, and it held back a bit which still allowed her vocals to shine through. The song suits her so well and is easily one of my favorite releases this year, so I'll put it in a moment. Next, we have Secret Numbers Who This. I will put this in meh. It's not a bad song and it had some shining moments and it sounds dated but in a good way, but it's not a song I actively go back to, so I'll just put it there. And to end the speed round, we have Bazooka by GWSN. Yeah, this one pains me so much, but I'm gonna put this in meh. It's a catchy song, but again, not their best. It's the type of song that you would listen to it for a while, then forget about it for a while, and then the cycle just repeats.
We all breathe pretend to be the heroes on the good
Another one of my favorite releases of the year, we have Stella Jong's Villain. This song is written and crafted so well. It delivers a clear message of the idea of being the hero in your story but the villain in someone else's story, and creates a picture of how what we hear and what we see can differ from one another. The song sounds so peaceful, the music video is quite the opposite. It's so well, so obviously I'm gonna put it in masterpiece. BTS has delivered so much this year, so I'll only be tier ranking the promoted tracks for now, starting with Black Swan. Black Swan easily can be placed in masterpiece. This is one of the best tracks they released this year. The direction they took with this video and the song was so good. I wish they would have put the orchestra version on the album instead of a song that will not be named. Honestly, Black Swan deserved the hype that On got. Speaking of On, this was definitely one of the most anticipated comebacks of the year. The choreography is what really blew me away. The song itself is an in-your-face power track, and I really enjoyed it. The usage of autotune was a tad too much for me, and before someone types a paragraph, I'm fully aware that many artists use autotune and it's very common to use, and I'm completely not against it, of course. It was just a little bit too much for me. There were so many high points in the song despite the chorus not being their most standout of choruses amongst the previous tracks, so I'm gonna put it in a moment. I'm also going to put Dynamite in a moment as well. The large amount of serotonin this song gave me, and I thought I would get sick of this song quickly like I did with Boy With Love, but I've yet to get tired of this song. It's just a fun upbeat song, so I'm just gonna rank it there. And last but not least, I'm gonna rank Life Goes On as It's Cute. The song just feels like a warm blanket on a cold night. It's just so comforting to listen to. The song never really builds up to anything, but this is one of those cases where I don't really mind that. Hands down one of the best song releases this year, and may I say even the best debut of the year. This group came out of nowhere, but they came out swinging. Stacey Girls is going down. That line alone, a serve. The beat and the song is produced so well. I don't know why, but it gives me second generation vibes, which excites me even more. It's an in-your-face bubbly track that's hard to ignore and definitely gives hope to a promising future discography. So this will go at masterpiece / untouchable easily. For ATEEZ, we had 3 songs, which are Answer, Exception, and Thanks. Starting with Answer, this song was one of the hardest songs to rank because I was split on 2 tiers, but ultimately I'm going to put it in masterpiece or untouchable. This is by far one of the best songs in their entire discography. The song exudes so much power, but is able to restrain at the right moments, so it doesn't become overwhelming to listen to. Next, we have Inception. This was another song I was split on. I really like the song since my first listen to it. However, it feels like it's holding back on something, like it's inching towards this climactic moment, but it never reaches that climax. The beginning has so much potential but started to fall off somewhere near the chorus. Compared to their previous tracks, this was a safe song for ATEEZ, so it will go in It's Cute. And last but not least, we have Thanks. When I first listened to the song, Thanks easily became one of my favorite songs on the mini album. It had the momentum and the energy to help deliver the song. It may not bring something new to the table and may not live up to their previous tracks, however it's still a pretty solid song. Now this is where some people might get mad at me. I would have ranked this as a moment. However, due to the cultural appropriation in the music video, which I am fully aware of the apology by the way, I'm going to knock it down a tier to It's Cute. Also, here's your daily reminder to not speak over Black fans. Thank you very much. Now moving on. Next, we move on to Chungha. Her upcoming album is probably the album I'm the most excited for. The singles she's been dropping so far have been so good, like she's insane. Starting with Stay Tonight, she is really something else. This music video alone, probably one of the best music videos released this year. The production, the usage of her backup dancers, this was just 3 minutes of art. If I would rank this solely based off the music video, it would easily be a masterpiece or untouchable. However, the song played it pretty safe. It plays to her strengths but not her strongest song, so I will rank it as a moment. I was pretty apprehensive about Play because I was worried that it was going to be another tropical drop beat type of song, but I'm glad that it didn't turn out that way, and instead she gave us a different take on the tropical sound with a bit of a Latin influences. She looked absolutely stunning and still managed to stand out despite a busy production in the music video, and the rap feature actually made sense and added to the song, so I will rank this as a moment. And last but not least, we have Dream of You. Just going to put it right here in untouchable. Her charisma and confidence just oozes from the song. This song just highlights how much she has grown as a soloist and continues to show off her versatility, and not only that, show off how great of a performer she is, and also shows off her vocals perfectly. So just gonna put that there as it should be. The Way 1 Billion Views was one of the best songs released this year, but was given half-assed promotions. I will never have Peace. A song that you can't help but nod your head to with the 80s vibes to match and its laid-back approach. The song sets itself up as a timeless song that just feels so refreshing to listen to, so I'll put it in a moment. From two EXO members, we move on to another one. Kai made his solo debut with the song Okay, that was weird to say. But anyways, this was another song that I was split on. I will say though, with this overall album, I'm so glad they went with an R&B approach because I think it suits him to a T. I'm going to contradict myself a bit when I say this, but I think the song plays it safe as a debut song. It tends to be a very slow one-note song that not many people can pull off, which is why at the same time, despite it being a very safe song, I think it was a good choice of a song for him to debut with. I know that probably won't make any sense, but oh well. I'm gonna put this in It's Cute. Also, Hello Stranger is the best song on the album. Moving on. Next we have Yukika's So Lady. Just gonna put it where it belongs in Masterpiece. Yup, I said it, and if I was tier ranking albums, it would still be there. Our city pop queen who gave us an album with no skips. When I listen to this song, it makes me feel like I'm driving through the city on a Saturday night, even though I hate driving in the city, especially at night. But anyways, honestly, low production music videos just hit differently. The music video itself is so simple but emphasizes the theme of the song and the album. The 80s sound was in full swing this year, but Yukika is definitely one of the few singers that's encapsulating the aesthetic and doing it effortlessly. This song took me a while to tier rank because, again, I was split between two tiers, but I think I'm going to put more and more in meh. I've talked about the song before in an unpopular opinions video, so all I'll say is that Firework was right there. The superior track was right there. I don't feel like Twice needed the song. It sounds dated in a semi-good way. The ultimate highlight of the song was how it started, but from there it went slightly downhill. Also, whoever choreographed this, don't bring them back. And next we have I Can't Stop Me. Easily ranks as untouchable. I personally don't stand Twice, but have been keeping up with the group since debut. However, this may be the era that makes me finally stand the group. This song is so addicting, the song and dance so memorable and easily gets stuck in your head, and the Eyes Wide Open album is probably some of Twice's best work to date. A no skip, and yes, I said a no skip album. I will say the only downside to the song was the music video. And last but not least, we have Cry For Me. I'm gonna put this in untouchable. In my opinion, this song could easily rank in Twice's top 7, maybe even top 5 best title tracks. From the soothing instrumentals, the vocals, the chorus, the choreography, and the bridge, this song made each member shine and still managed to suit the group's style. And the fact that this song almost didn't see the light of day still has me feeling some type of way. But yeah, no one is touching this song. Speaking of a group that I followed since debut but still don't stand them for some reason, GFRIEND had such a good year with their releases, starting with Apple. No questions asked, go straight to untouchable. This concept was done so well and gave me second generation vibes in the best way possible. The styling, the sultry vibe, the elegance, they sounded amazing, and the song itself is so addicting, and I feel as time goes by, this song will just age so well. And while I'm at it, 𝙁 easily ranks as untouchable. This song is so addicting. I've probably played this song to death, but yet I still cannot for the life of me get tired of this song. A song that hops on a retro disco trend but manages to be one of the standouts among the rest. 𝙁 is an effortlessly catchy, vibrant track, and the chorus is easily one of the highlights of the song, and the girls look absolutely stunning, so yeah, no one's touching this song at all. So now on to Taemin. He came back with Criminal and following that with Idea. You know what? I had a whole paragraph written to explain why I was ranking each song the way I was ranking it, but I don't even need to explain myself for this one. Easily untouchable, and while I'm at it, might as well put Idea in there too. He put out 2 no skip albums, beautifully crafted music videos. He can never disappoint and still manages to one up himself. No one is doing it like him. He's truly something else. So let's just move on. First of all, ONEus has yet to put out a bad song and are a very consistent group when it comes to their releases. To Be or Not To Be is a synth dance track fused with rock elements that are brought in at the right moments, accompanied with a dark symbolic music video. The song had the makings of a solid track, however its downfall was the rap, which is unfortunate because the song was building up so well and the rap brought it right back down, and not in a good way. Hadn't the part been done differently, it could have brought the song to a whole nother level. It's still a good song, so I'll rank it in It's Okay. I still do recommend that people check out ONEus and please give them a chance. Moving on. So now we have two songs from HASSAN. I'm gonna try not to be biased here because he is in my ultimate bias group Hotshot. I swear, I'm gonna try. First we have Get Ready. I've liked pretty much all of Sungwoon's releases previous to this track. However, this is my least favorite track thus far. It's not bad, but it's the one song from his discography that I don't go back to frequently. In fact, I actually almost forgot that he released this song. It definitely has its shining moments, but ultimately I'm going to put it in meh. It's a pretty standard song and that's about it. Next we have Forbidden Island. Hands down one of my favorite tracks from him so far. I never imagined that he would suit this type of concept, but lo and behold, he does. And it's definitely a huge switch up from his debut song Bird. The beginning of the song sets the atmosphere and his airy vocals help secure the suspense of the song. The visuals in the music video were so pleasing to look at and he himself looked really good in the music video. I will say that it may not bring anything new to the table in terms of the concept since we've seen this type of concept done before, but it was pleasant in the way that it was something new that we've seen from him. So I'm gonna rank this as a moment. Also, Star Crew can rock for what they did to Hotshot. Now we move on to Everglow, starting with Dun Dun. I'm gonna put this in meh. Hear me out. Dun Dun had its moment when it came out. It definitely was one of their bolder tracks and oozes with attitude along with an explosive chorus. I know a lot of people make the joke of songs like this being just noise. However, despite the song being so noisy, it's definitely one of the better takes and works well for them. I will say that I wish the song could be more outside the box. It does what it needs to do as an in-your-face track, but I don't see a song like this lasting so long or aging so well. On the other hand, La Di Da is the complete opposite. Just gonna put it right here in Untouchable. Yup. We've seen a lot of groups take on the 80s synth wave and retro trend. However, Everglow is one of the few groups that did it the best. This is by far one of their strongest songs to date. The hook in the song is just chef's kiss. The production was done so well. The girls look absolutely stunning and each girl got their chance to shine. This was pleasing to listen to from start to finish and did not have a dull moment, and it really emphasizes what Everglow does best. In this entire year, this is by far one of the best releases of the year, hands down. Next up, we have ITZY starting with Wanna Be. This song goes straight to Untouchable, no questions asked. Society failed Wanna Be. This song should have swept everything. I haven't been a fan of ITZY's releases prior to Wanna Be, just none of them drew me in. However, Wanna Be has dragged me in. From the iconic shoulder move to the catchy chorus, the outfits to the iconic dance break, and the cultural reset that was the fan-made Nicki Minaj remix. Wanna Be is that girl, and no one is touching her. Following Wanna Be, we have Not Shy. This song was definitely a grower for me, but despite that, like their previous songs, got stuck in my head easily, and I even checked out the mini album while I was at it. However, and this might sound odd, but I think this was their safest track thus far and kinda underwhelming. It still follows their distinct sound, but it doesn't stand out like their previous tracks. The most memorable part of the song was Chaeryeong's "ITZY" line, and that's about it. So I'm gonna put this in It's Cute. NCT had a really productive year. We had 2 NCT 127 comebacks and was given NCT 2020, so I'm just gonna tier rank the promotional tracks, starting with Kick It. I wanted to put this song in Masterpiece, however, I do think the song has its flaws like all songs do. The song is really catchy and it has its appeal, and I like that it gave reminiscence to the previous tracks such as Fire Truck and Cherry Bomb. However, it wasn't as unique as those songs, but still not their worst, so I'll rank this as a moment. Following Kick It with the next song, Punch, I'm gonna rank this as It's Cute. It's a hard-cutting hip-hop track that tends to be very busy with polarizing sounds that to me actually works out pretty well for the most part. The way the song starts off with an electronic element was refreshing compared to the others we've heard before. I just wish it would have been incorporated more throughout the song because I think it would have tied the track together pretty nicely. However, I've always admired the experimental aspect in a lot of NCT songs. I think the choreography was the wow factor while the music video was kind of lacking, so again, I'll rank this as It's Cute. Up next, we now have NCT U's Make a Wish or Birthday song. Staying true to NCT's experimental sound, this song fits in so nicely. A sensual and heavy hip-hop and R&B mix. This track may not be the type that gets in your face, but it's one that comes with surprises going through the song. Again, some people might get mad at me for doing this, but like ATEEZ, since the issue of cultural appropriation was brought up pertaining to the merch, I'm knocking it down to It's Cute. I'm still wondering how SM can try to promote their groups towards a different market, but cannot even bother to at least have cultural sensitivity training, but that's besides the point. And last but not least, we have 90s Love. This was the one song that was definitely a grower for me. From the first listen, it wasn't doing much for me, but Now, it's a pretty okay song. I think HASSAN and 10's high note was definitely a highlight of the song, and some of my favorite parts from the track came from them as well as 𝙏𝙬𝙞𝙩𝙀. It's a fun, upbeat retro track, but it falls in okay for me. If I'm being honest, I think the Residence project had some standout tracks like 𝙏𝙪𝙢𝙗𝙡 and Fade In My Last Song. However, compared to their previous 2018 project Empathy, it felt like it was all over the place and it didn't meet up to the high expectations that I had. From one SM group, we move on to another, starting with Psycho. Now, you might be thinking, hey, wasn't this released in 2019? And you would be absolutely correct. But since this was released towards the end of the year and promoted into 2020, I'm just gonna go ahead and count it because why not? So that being said, it easily goes into Masterpiece. I'm still annoyed that this song was released towards the end of the year instead of sometime in early fall. This song is going to age like fine wine and just feels so timeless. Next, we have Monster by Red Velvet, Irene and Seulgi. First of all, SM really couldn't think of a better name. Anyways, I'm going to rank this as a moment. I was really looking forward to this, and of course they didn't disappoint. Irene and Seulgi's voices really sounded great and helped add to the overall suspense in the song. I really enjoyed the music video. They looked absolutely stunning. Although when it comes to the overall track, I can't help but feel like there could have been more added to the song, but either way, a solid track in my opinion. And last but not least, we have Naughty. This is going straight into Untouchable. The song may not bring anything new to the table for Red Velvet, however this song was still perfect for them. I don't know if this is just me, but the song doesn't even sound like a subunit track. Everything about Naughty just looks and sounds effortless, which is why I don't feel like the song will ever tire out, and the choreography is just in a league of its own and definitely one of the standouts of the year. We have two songs to rank for 17, starting with Left and Right. 17 as a group are very consistent and have put out memorable tracks and definitely have a sound that distinguishes them from the rest. That being said, I'm going to rank Left and Right in It's Cute. It's a really catchy song and gives off the feel of nostalgia and kind of gives glimpses of 17's previous Bright track. However, as catchy as Left and Right is, it tends to fall a bit flat for me. I enjoy the music video and the choreography brings the fun aspect to the track. It doesn't have the most impressive vocal and rapping delivery, but it's still an easygoing, enjoyable track. On the other hand, we have Home Run, and this will rank as a moment. Home Run just shows what 17 does best. It's an exciting and fun song with a swing influenced instrumental. It feels straight to the point. The music video was just enjoyable to watch. It does miss out on a chance of more variety within the song, but this is one of the few times that I don't mind it too much, and I actually enjoyed this song more than I did Left and Right. So now we have Dreamcatcher's Scream, goes straight to Untouchable. I don't even need to say much. One of the best comebacks of the year, one of the best albums released this year. The music video is stunning. The choreography is probably one of their best yet. They just keep one-upping themselves and have yet to put out a bad album, and I love that for them. Next we have Boca. This will rank as a moment for me. First of all, this was Kayeon's era. The second she popped up on the screen, that was it. She and the girls look stunning. Like, Dreamcatcher just never disappoints. The transition from Scream to Boca was just seamless, and the song still had elements from Scream which worked. The only reason why I'm putting it in a moment and not Untouchable is because I do think some of the verses could have been better. Next, we have 3 songs from wakimeki, starting with Dazzle Dazzle. I'm sorry, but yeah, this will have to rank as a wouldn't be missed for me. I think that wakimeki are definitely an underrated group that have some good tracks under their belt. However, and I know I keep saying this, but I don't think they needed Dazzle Dazzle. In fact, it kind of felt like a step back in comparison to their previous title tracks. It's a fun, vibrant, infectious track, but for me, it's just a track that I don't find myself going back to listen to often. The opposite could be said about 𝙁𝙬𝙚𝙀𝙀. I'm gonna rank this as It's Cute. I think this was one of their best releases of the year. This track felt like a nice in-between of Crush and Picky Picky. It was sassy and enjoyable. The music video was simple but showed off each girl's visuals and showed a more subdued, glamorous side of them. It's not anything new or in your face, but it's a nice, solid, catchy song. From a bright, cute concept in Dazzle Dazzle to the sassiness in 𝙁𝙬𝙚𝙀𝙀 to now a more mature sound and cool, wakimeki showed a progression in the types of concepts they're able to handle, which is always nice to see. I'm gonna rank this as a moment. This for me was one of the year's standout tracks. The instrumental felt a little bit ITZY-esque, which is not a bad thing by the way. Along with a hypnotic and club nature in the chorus, it stands out without trying too hard, and it's also one of my favorite songs from the year. Now we go to Luna starting with So What. I'm gonna go ahead and rank this as it's cute. I like the song, but I don't love it. The choreography and bridge were definitely the highlights. It's a fun hype song, however the B-sides that came along in this mini album outshine So What. Next we have Why Not. Why Not felt like a sequel to So What, but as a more refined version of the song. I actually enjoyed this song a tad bit more than So What. I'm gonna rank this also as it's cute. Again, not a bad song, but I'm not completely in love with it. I don't know why, and maybe it's just me, but the 𝙏𝙬𝙚𝙦𝙚 gave me hamster dance song vibes with a hint of Crazy Frog. I don't know. That's just me. And similar to So What, the B-sides following Why Not definitely outshine the song. Also, it still annoys me how little screen time 𝙏𝙬𝙚 got, especially when she had such a beautiful scene and all we got was a far distance shot of her floating in space. And last but not least, we have the buried treasure that is Star and Voice. This is going to rank as untouchable for me. Every time I listen to these tracks, my heart just instantly warms up. It added years to my lifespan. It gave me the boost of serotonin that I needed. They all look so gorgeous. Vivi having her time to shine. Eve's moment on the floor, she was absolutely sick for that. For a while now, Colors has been my all-time favorite song from Luna, but now Star and Voice are just up there with Colors. This song showcases why Luna has the hype that they currently have, and it just felt so true to them. And compared to a lot of the songs that they came out this year, this was just absolutely refreshing to listen to. Honestly, I still think this should have been the title track instead of Why Not, but again, that's just my opinion. And with that, we move into the second speed round for the remaining tracks. This is somewhat speed things up. Like I did for the first speed round, I'm just going to briefly explain the ranks I decided to give for the next remaining songs. So let's get into it. First up, we have Boas Better. This goes straight to Untouchable. There will never be anyone like her. The track just gives a nice throwback vibe. The bridge complements the track very well. This is just another solid track, and the B-sides, wow. She doesn't miss. There's a reason why she's called the queen of K-pop. Next, we have Tonight by Black Swan. First of all, I'm actually surprised that DR Music actually put effort into this debut. It looks like they also had a budget too. Anyways, this was a solid debut and a really good start for them. The chorus does a good job of riding the groove of the song. Fatu's voice was a pleasant change up from Tonight's overall sound. The rap wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad either. So I'll rank this as a moment. I wish they were given an actual album with all their songs instead of a compilation album with Rania and BP Rania's previous songs, but it's fitting for the title of the album, so I'll let it go. And one day we will need to have a conversation on why people criticize Fatu harsher than they do their faves when they actually do something problematic, but that will be a future video. Also, I wish they weren't under DR Music, but anyways. Up next, we have Wonho's Open Mind, another one of my favorite releases of the year. A polished, groovy instrumental with bits of retro influences paired with his smooth vocals that goes in a more sensual direction that suits him very well. And that music video was definitely it definitely draws you in, so I'm gonna rank this as a moment. Following that, we have Idol's 𝙐𝙐𝙐𝙐. I'm gonna rank this as a wouldn't be missed. Honestly, this track does what it needs to do as a fun summer song. It just felt underwhelming and just felt like an unneeded filler song. While we're on Idol, we also have Oh My God. I've talked about this song before in an unpopular opinions video, but like I said in that video, this song was the case of a beautiful music video, but an underwhelming song. The chorus felt empty. It suits the position of a B-side rather than a title track. We now move on to Heartfelt, starting with La Luna. This will rank as a moment for me, a mesmerizing, sultry track that flows together so well. The track is very straightforward and does not stray from the feeling that's supposed to give off, and her vocals feel like silk and she just looks absolutely stunning. I never thought I'd be jealous of a rabbit. Following La Luna, we have Life Sucks. This song personally hit very close to home for me, and is also one of my favorite songs from the overall 17/19 album. Listening to the song, it felt like reading someone's diary and feeling all the raw emotions behind it, and the way she was able to visualize and lyrically depict the hardship she was going through is absolutely amazing and definitely deserves praise, so I'm gonna rank this as untouchable. Next, we have Lovekiller by Monsta X. This music video was a violent attack on my peace from the second IM appeared on the screen in the beginning of the music video, and throughout the video I just felt attacked. I'm glad that they stepped back from the overwhelming use of EDM, and it's a track that I can get behind, but I'm gonna rank it as it's cute. I think it's okay for Monsta X. Following that, we have God's Menu by Stray Kids. I don't stand stand Stray Kids, but this song was very hard to avoid because it kept popping up everywhere. But after listening to the song, I see why I got the hype that it got. It's a brass heavy song that doesn't give you a chance to breathe, but in a good way. I'm gonna rank this as a moment. The instrumental itself sounds pretty generic. However, what keeps it from coming off as generic is the personality the group brings into the track. Backdoor carried a similar momentum as God's Menu, but this time with a nice groovy feel. It took listening to the song a second time for me to get into it, and usually I get tired of predictable beat drops. However, this was one that I actually enjoyed. I have yet to get tired of the song nor the performances, so I'll rank this as a moment as well. Now we have Lovely's �12𝙏𝙀. Even though the imagery is a bit darker and more mature than what we've seen in the past from Lovely's, the song itself is still very much Lovely's. This was another one of my favorite songs of the year. The deep house beat actually works well for them. However, I will admit the song is a tad bit repetitive. It's a nice step in an interesting direction for Lovely's that I hope they will explore a bit more into, so I'll rank it as it's cute. Next up, Non-Stop by Oh My Girl. This will rank as it's cute. The song gives me a feelings of nostalgia. It was nice seeing Mimi have her time to shine. However, the rap parts in the song left me wanting more and didn't flow as well in the overall track. Honestly, it's a nice song but doesn't really show off their strength. I've heard of Nature before, but there wasn't anything previously that drew me in until I heard Girls. This song is so addicting. Again, one of my favorites from the year and probably one of my favorite videos from the year, if not my favorite video from the year. I love dissecting plot lines and this gave me exactly what I needed, so I'm gonna rank this as a moment. This track sounds dated but in a good way, and I hope that they explore this direction a bit more in the future. Next we have Gunshot by KARD. The last title track from KARD that I fully enjoyed from them was You and Me. A lot of their past title tracks have just not been fully doing it for me, especially �12𝙏𝙀. Like to this day I still can't get behind �12𝙏𝙀, so I'm gonna rank Gunshot as it's cute. I appreciate the meaning behind the track and the symbolism in the music video. I like that it gave more of a spotlight on Jiwoo and Somin's vocals. It doesn't bring anything new to the table for KARD, but out of their most recent releases, it's one of their better ones. Up next we have ITZY One Fiesta. This will rank as a moment for me. The transition of some of the scenes in the music video were so pleasing to watch. Like always, the girls look stunning. The song gives a consistent amount of impactful energy. This may not be my favorite title track from them, but I still really do enjoy the song. However, I will say there tends to be a lot going on in the instrumental, which can make it a tad bit overwhelming. That may not be for everyone. Following Fiesta, we have Secret Story of the Swan. This will rank as it's cute. I think this is their weakest title track to date thus far. The track follows some of the trends we've been seeing from previous groups, but also feels a bit generic. The girls, however, like always, make it work. The highlight of the song was definitely the dance break leading into the final chorus. I overall enjoy the performance more than I do the song. Initial S by Sorty follows the trend of the revival of the 80s synth sound, but in a really refreshing way that is consistent throughout the song, and Sorty's voice complements the track so well. It flows together nicely, and it's the type of track that I think will age pretty well. This song was definitely the hidden gem amongst the many songs released this year. I'm gonna rank this as a moment. I'm so glad she came back to give us this bop, and I really hope it won't be her last. Besides that one era that shall not be named, Newest to me tends to be pretty consistent when it comes to their releases. I'm in Trouble just adds to their consistency, but may not be one of their strongest releases thus far. It gives off a more sophisticated approach. However, it feels like there's something missing, so I'll rank this as it's cute. Weekly wasn't even on my radar until my timeline practically kept shoving them in my face, but now after listening to Tag Me, I know why. Tag Me is one of the best debuts to happen this year in my honest opinion. There are parts in the song that you wouldn't think would work, but yet it flows together so nicely. Hadn't they done this a few years back, it wouldn't be anything new. However, compared to what's been coming out this year, it's another breath of fresh air, and the incorporation of the desk and the choreography was such a nice touch. So I'll rank this as a moment, and I don't know why, but it gives me reminiscence of �12𝙏𝙀 Shooting Love. Maybe that's just me. Trying to escape any song is like running away from the monster chasing you in your dreams. It's nearly impossible. This is easily one of Zico's catchiest tracks he's released thus far that isn't trying too hard. One thing I admire about the song is the contrast between the upbeat groovy instrumental, the lyrics, and the music video accompanied with it, so I will rank it as a moment. Following any song, we have Summer Hate featuring Rain. I'm gonna rank this as a wouldn't be missed. To be honest, I only listened to this track once and I haven't gone back to it since, and also I kind of forgot this song existed until I started making this video, so yeah, there's that. First of all, it's wild that the despite being around for about a year, TXT has such a strong discography, and their discography has truly set them apart from the rest. Again, I am a sucker for music videos that make me think about the meaning behind it. Can't You See Me may not be as strong as their previous tracks, but there's something in it that makes it so addicting to listen to, so I'll rank it as a moment. From the angsty sound in Can't You Hear Me to a more bright up sound in Blue Hour, it's not their strongest, but the charm just oozes from the song, which makes the track so enjoyable to listen to that just gets better with each listen. It doesn't quite fit in with the more addicting tracks like Crown and Runaway, but it's still a pretty good song, so I'll rank it as it's cute. Also, I wish the intro from the music video was part of the song, or at least in the mini album, but again, that's just me. And with that, the tier ranks have been completed. Oh my god, I really sat here thinking, oh, this won't take me long. 100+ songs, my voice giving out almost 3 times, have my video being deleted, and an hour later, but you know what? We're here. So yeah, these are my ranks for some of the K-pop songs released in 2020. I know this video is mad late, but oh well. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I know long ass videos aren't everyone's thing, so again, thank you so much if you made it this far. I would definitely do this again, but maybe monthly instead of yearly releases. But yeah, let me know if you agree with any of my ranks. Are there some you would change, or let me know what else I should tier rank. Hopefully I can do more K-pop videos in the future. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on my socials if you like, give this video a like if you liked it, subscribe for more, and I hope you guys come back for my next video. Bye guys.